Audit of cinema hall or multiplex. This was asked in final CA November 8 also. I think I told your last lecture. 8 marks it was asked. Good question. See how they'll ask you in exam. What special steps are involved in audit of a cinema hall? Okay, this is how they'll ask you. So what to write now for this? Pay attention. Firstly, an auditor has to make sure that whenever there is anyone entering into the cinema hall, the entry is only subject to the valid tickets. Okay, so without the tickets, the person cannot enter into cinema hall. So when the person is entering into cinema hall, and tickets are also of different forms. Some are sold on the current booking basis, some are advance booking also. Black also. That is current only then. And some are even given free. If you win a scheme or something, you can. Yes, very good. So tickets are given free also. Arey, you listen to me. Later on you talk what you want. So entry in the cinema hall is subject to what? Valid tickets, which should be verified by an auditor. And tickets, okay, tell me, as per accounting standard 9, in which form of ticket sale I can recognize revenue immediately? Not understanding only. Arey, if it is an advance sale or if it is a current sale? If I sell the ticket in advance, don't you think money is received? Tomorrow if you don't want the ticket, will you get the refund? No. That means the theater can recognize, the cinema hall can recognize the revenue or not? Arey, have you understood or not? So accounting standard 9, important, this is a question from accounting standard 9. In revenue recognition, advance sale, you have to recognize revenue immediately. And current sale, when the current sale means what? When the movie will start, when the person will come on the box office, he will buy the ticket, that is called as current sale of ticket. Okay, free sale, is there any revenue? No revenue, it is under a scheme, so there is no revenue in the free sale. Arey, have you understood or not? These are all small points which an auditor has to see. So he has to see compliance of AS9. What is AS9 saying? Recognize revenue only when it is measurable and collectible. What is AS9 saying? Recognize revenue only when it is measurable and... So if there is any uncertainty, postpone revenue recognition. Have you understood or not? Postpone revenue recognition. So this is what an auditor should see. In a cinema hall, apart from tickets, there is a lot of things to verify. Mostly things work on revenue sharing. In cinema hall, mostly things work on revenue sharing. I'll tell you how. Suppose if the cinema hall has a space, the space can be given to a canteen vendor. Okay, canteen vendor. Now what will this canteen person do? He will sell his product and some proportion of the product he will have to give revenue to the cinema owner, because the main purpose of cinema owner is not to use a canteen or to have a canteen of his own. He has a space, extra space, so he lets out that space to a canteen vendor, and whatever sales, so suppose if you go and buy a tea in the cinema, the tea will be for 50 rupees. So out of 50 rupees, say 60% will be for the vendor and 40% will be for the cinema owner. So you have to verify the revenue sharing contract. This is called as revenue sharing contract, should be seen. You know, in cinema hall there is something called as parking space. If it's a multiplex, you will find that there is separate parking space. So again, for parking space also they hire a contractor. It is not the job of the cinema owner to have that, matter looked into his custody. He will give the parking space to a contractor, and that security contractor will again share revenue. So if a car is waiting for 3 hours, they'll charge 100 rupees. Now out of this 100 rupees, 60 rupees to the contractor, 40 to the cinema owner. Okay, 40 rupees to the cinema owner. Like this you have to verify revenue sharing document for each and every transaction taking place. Canteen space allocation, parking space allocation. Cinema hall generally has expensive equipments, especially the projector machine, all these things. So equipment physical verification should be done. Physical verification of expensive equipment should be done. They are very expensive in nature. And also auditor has to see whether depreciation is adequately charged on them, because these type of things are generally subject to higher rate of depreciation. Do you know that the rate of depreciation that you charge on electronic products is 60%? As per Companies Act, it is 60%. On computer, calculator, projector machines, these are all expensive electronic equipment. They are depreciable at a very high rate. So some cinema halls, what they'll do, they'll charge only 20%. Now, very important point I'm telling you, please pay attention. Can you charge depreciation below the rate which is prescribed in Schedule 6? No, because this rate is the minimum rate prescribed. So at least that much depreciation you have to always charge. You know what I said just now? 7 times it is asked in audit paper. Depreciation should be charged at what rate? It should be always charged at least at the minimum rate. You can't charge below the, so even if it is a highly depreciable asset, you have to charge high depreciation on that. Reason being what? Because the Companies Act says that the rates which are provided in the Companies Act schedule are the minimum rates of charging depreciation. So you can charge a higher depreciation, but you can't charge a lower depreciation. Have you understood or not? This is what an auditor should verify when he is doing physical verification of equipments. Whether depreciation is charged, okay. Whether it is charged as per the provisions of Companies Act or not, you have to see that. And what is the provision saying? You have to always charge minimum depreciation. Minimum means what? Whatever is the rate given in the schedule, that much depreciation should be always charged. So need to be verified by an auditor. Of course, in case of multiplex, you will always say that whenever the theaters, when they show the movie to the person, they always charge entertainment tax also. Okay, because this basically this is a business where a lot of entertainment happens, like you see advertisement, you see movie. So entertainment tax is in a form of indirect tax, IDT, indirect tax. So it is collected, and whether it is paid to the government or not, that also should be verified. Exchequer payments. So auditor has to verify collection of entertainment tax. Generally, the entertainment tax is mentioned on the tickets only. If you buy a ticket, particularly the entertainment, so suppose the ticket is for 125 rupees, entertainment tax will be somewhere like around 20 rupees. It's more or less, the rates are between 2 to 10%. Depends on the states. It all depends on this is the state levy tax. Okay, rates are like VAT rates only, but again entertainment tax is which type of tax? It is an expenditure tax. It is not an income tax, it's an expenditure tax. So auditor has to verify that the entertainment tax is printed on the ticket, and afterwards it is charged to the person, and it is also deposited to the government. The cinema owner can't pocket the entertainment tax, he has to pay to the government treasury. It needs to be verified by an auditor. Cinema owners purchase movies from distributors. Okay, cinema owners purchase movie from distributors. Distributor purchase movie from producer. So now an auditor is doing audit of a cinema hall owner. He has to verify the distributor and the owner agreement. There is a film hire agreement. It is called as what? Film hire agreement. Now generally if you want to do ARP, you can do ARP here also, analytical review procedure. Suppose if the owner purchased one movie for say 2 crore rupees, he purchased the rights of that movie. In front of 2 crore, 2 crore was the cost of movie. But in front of 2 crores, could he sell adequate tickets to recover the cost or not? And per movie you have to calculate. In a multiplex, at a given point of time, there are 4 or 5 movies going on. Multi-screen theater. So that time, every movie cost should be calculated from the distributor's agreement, and in front of it, whatever is the revenue generation, that should be seen. Now, generally, like today movies are not doing that. The business is not that great. So generally, all movies are loss-making only, unless it is my movie. Okay? So basically 2 crores and 3 crores, so analytical review procedure will say 1 crore should be the profit from one movie. Likewise, you have to calculate profit per movie, and it is to be shown in the profit and loss account. Have you understood or not? So what you will verify here, you will verify whose agreement? Distributor's hire agreement. Okay, an auditor should see to find out the cost of movie and compare it with the revenue and perform analytical review procedure. Have you understood or not? So these are all the points which you have to take into consideration while you are doing audit of a cinema or a multiplex. Shall we write on all this? It's a big note, so keep on writing. Audit of a cinema hall or multiplex. First point, an auditor should verify auditor should verify that entry into cinema hall is only through printed tickets. Full stop. According to Accounting Standard 9, very important point, according to Accounting Standard 9, the cinema owner can recognize revenue immediately in case of advance booking. CA final 4 marks question this was. Immediately in case of advance booking, since the tickets are sold on non-refundable basis. You must write this point in exam. Just put a bracket and write down, as per AS9, as per Accounting Standard 9, this is only for your information. As per Accounting Standard 9, revenue should be recognized only when it is measurable and certainly collectible. Revenue should be recognized only when it is measurable and certainly collectible. Close the bracket. Next point. The tickets should be serially numbered. And should be kept in the safe custody. Full stop. Separate tickets should be kept for free distribution. Next point. In case of auditing a cinema hall, auditor shall verify revenue sharing agreements. With respect to parking space allocation, and letting out of canteen space. Full stop. The proportion of revenue should be justifiable to the cinema owner. Next point. Auditor should conduct auditor should conduct a physical verification of costly equipments and ensure that adequate depreciation is charged. Now you have to write one important point here. So underline this word depreciation and write a point there. As per Companies Act, into bracket write down, as per Companies Act, the rates which are prescribed are the minimum rates of charging depreciation. Full stop. One can charge a higher depreciation but cannot charge a lower depreciation than the prescribed minimum rate. How many times this has come? 7 times at least in audit paper. They'll give you a case study and you will be answering only this 1 line and 4 marks. The cinema owner charged lower depreciation. What should an auditor do? So he should say that you cannot charge lower depreciation because you have to at least charge minimum depreciation. Okay. Next point. An auditor should ensure that proper arrangements are made to maintain and upkeep the cinema hall. Full stop. Next point. He should verify the entertainment tax collected by the cinema owner and ensure that it is deposited in government exchequer. Full stop. Entertainment tax is a state levy. Continue. Entertainment tax is a state levy, indirect tax, which must be printed on the ticket. One more point. He should verify the film hire agreement. Auditor should verify the film hire agreement. Film hire agreement. Film hire agreement of the distributor to ascertain the cost of movie. To ascertain the cost of movie. Ascertain the cost of movie and perform analytical review procedure to find out the true profitability of the cinema hall. To find out the true profitability of the cinema hall. Full stop.